Okay, I'm hiding in the car. It's extremely windy. I've been doing some testing. This is another one of my quick roundup vids of some latest kit that I'm testing and reviewing, and these are just some quick introductory videos. Welcome to SharpShootingUK, by the way, people, my lovely viewers. Now, here, very exciting. This is a cheap eBay Picatinny, Sling stud. You see that goes into the stock, and this goes over the top and it converts it to a rail for your up-to-date bipods. Say instead of your nasty old Harris, maybe a Atlas. Okay, so there's always been a problem with how to get this done, how to get a bit of rail on the front of your rifle. There's a very nasty box one made by Weaver that marks the stock and moves around. These have always been the best, but they're only one slot, and they're fairly cheap and nasty finish-wise. Now, this is one from Accu-Tac, much nicer, double slot, and I'm really liking this because it enables you to put this on various rifles and get a bit of rail just from your sling stud. You know, dead easy. You don't have to have a gunsmith bond a rail in or anything like that, or do any major modifications, and it sits flush with the stock. Really, really cool, that. Which brings me to the Accu-Tac bipods. Now, there's various models. This is their big wide F-classy one, and this has no tilt. You do that with the legs, but it pivots here. Very smooth, and when you do it all up, it's mighty stiff and mighty wide. So, and there's various feet and such like available. It's very stiff, very nicely made. I'm still testing it, but this looks to me to be a contender, this thing. It really does. Let me give you some proper background here. Very big. You see how wide it is? And that's on its just about its shortest setting. So, yeah, quite impressed by that. There's another model here. What have we got? Excuse me. This is another model, which does have tilt. Can't. And there's a heavyweight one, which is like this but with thicker legs. High ones, short ones, you can have quick release or not. They seem to offer a lot of different models to make sure you get what you want, which is very pleasing because, you know, getting your front end of your rifle right, I'm always telling people on my training days, it's so important that the bulk of the adjustment of your natural point of aim, where the rifle shoots and where it recoils ultimately, is done by the front end, by the bipod. You've got to be at one with your bipod. Now, I use a Atlas 5H on my big rifle, and that's got what I call the ball joint system. That's got a lot of adjustment in it. You know, you can adjust it up, down, left, right, all in this sort of joint. Although this is a different one, but it's not a kind of a fixed system, and that isn't for everyone. Here's a Fort Meyer. This is essentially a fixed system. So yeah, the Accu-Tacs, look out for them being included in my bipod roundup, but they look very nicely made, very burly, so I've got high hopes that they'll be contenders. Right, I've also got here some new mounts from OpticsWarehouse. Now, I'm a big tier 1 fan, but they're very premium, very expensive. They've got the bubble and the cant in them, and they're very, very strong, beautiful construction, you know. They're top tier as far as I can see. Now, we've got some cheaper options here that are a lot cheaper. This is a ADM. ADM as in the people who make the fantastic clamps. In fact, it's an ADM clamp that you get on the top of your Atlas bipod with the little tab in it that you know, is a lock. So you just tap it with your finger and then it opens. Very, very classy. So they are making quick release mounts for reasonable money. I mean, this one here is on a Burris 34mm. These are well under £200. Now, there's no bubble in them, but you can get different cants available. This one's 20 minutes. This is serious value, this thing, 160 odd quid I think they are. Unbelievable, with those brilliant clamps. There's a higher model, which I like even more, which I think is a couple of £100 or so, which is one piece, No moving parts in that bad boy. Look at that, with your cant in it, and then the excellent QRs that American defense manufacturing are famous for. So that's a lot of mount. Okay, there's no bubble, but you know it's a lot cheaper than a uni mount from tier 1, and it's quick release. So this is an exciting product. Furthermore, the Audere stuff, now this is sublime quality. This is a one-piece mount, around a couple of £100 I believe these are, so a bit cheaper than tier 1. Admittedly no bubble, but if you want a solid burly mount that is highest quality, I am rather taken by these. These look very exciting. This one's got an accessory thing on the top here where you can put, you know, whatever you want on your pick mount. That can go on any of these slots here. Well thought out. So all the sizes, 1 piece, 2 piece, etc, etc. They do a very elegant mount here, reach forward mount, 1 piece, super burly. I like that a lot. Put your accessories on the top, and then here's another one in 30mm. These are really burly, really burly. I mean, the scope practically sticks in them when you just rest it on. They are micron perfect. I'm very impressed by them. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there and say that the Audere stuff and the ADM stuff on the mount front is exciting, and the Accu-Tac bipods are getting a good testing out in the field with me. And here is the very useful little invention, which is their new Sling Stud-Picatinny adapter. I'm feeding back to them to put some foam in here so it'll fit, you know, various contours of stock. But yeah, there we go, guys. Just thought I'd bring you up to speed on some of the things that I've been testing out. Also got a big one-time scope review coming up, red dots, all sorts of bits and pieces that I'm working on, the big bipod roundup. But just thought I'd highlight these exciting new things that OpticsWarehouse are offering. I didn't know about them, and then I saw them and said, well, look at these things, these are fantastic. And when I saw the price of particularly these ADM mounts, I mean, this thing is a 1-piece quick release mount with cant built in it, you know, very smart that. So yeah, just thought I'd share the news. All right, cheers guys, speak soon. Right, I'm back. I forgot about the Rudolphs. Now, these I was very impressed with. In fact, this Rudolf Ffp 6-24, which is very like a Citron S3 6-24 FFP, with these very much better turrets. See these multi-turret and multi-turn turrets? Count both ways on the left there, you see on the windage? Those are quite an upgrade. This is now my recommendation in the sub £1,000 bracket for FFP lightweight dialing scopes. So that's been a hot product for a while, but they brought the price down along with the SFP. This version here, again, good turrets. This is a good scope. This is a good scope. Now they've sent me a very exciting one times, pause. And pause. Right, yeah, so very exciting little 1 to 6 scope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the aforementioned quick release ADM mount. So Rudolf are doing really good stuff, not just this one scope that I've been recommending for a year or so, but also both external turreted versions and capped versions of various scopes, 4 to 16, 6 to 24s, with well thought out rets at very decent money. They were good before, but then they brought them down to be super competitive. So Rudolf is a name that I'm using more and more because it's not just this one cracking 6 to 24 FFP that I'm now looking at thinking, cool, that's good money and good value. This 1 to 6 does well in my one by scope roundup, which is coming up. It's definitely at the races, especially for the amount of money. And then here, as I say, the 4 to 16 and the 6 to 24, all you have to do to get the dialing version is just pay a certain amount more, and it's not very much. And so you've got this versatility in the range, where if you want them capped, you buy the capped one, and if you want the clicky one, you do that. So they're really listening and trying to make good products for folks. So there we go. I will review them in detail, but I've had a look before and I know that I can vouch for them. So there we go. That's it. Cheers.